Welcome to Coffee and Cremation with Tracy Allen. Grab your cup of coffee or favorite beverage and join me as we discuss what you need to know about pre-planning your final arrangement.
Greetings everyone, welcome to another episode of Coffee and Cremation. And guess what? I have a very special guest with me today. Now first, my name is Tracy Allen and I am a pre-need cremation planning advisor, and my job is to help people like you to put a plan in place so that when the time comes for us to pass away, our families won't have to do this all on their own with a broken heart. So now, coffee and cremation, I normally have a coffee cup or something, but I'm so excited to have my guest today, we didn't even think to bring anything out to drink. So I have my wonderful daughter. Yay! This is my daughter, Taja.
Hello.
Say hello. And we're going to talk today about how she felt when I started talking about I'm going to have a cremation when I die, and all the other stuff. So let's dive in. First, Taja, how you doing?
I'm good.
You good? She's good. And what do you want to tell people about yourself?
About myself?
Yeah, about yourself.
I don't know.
Well, just so you know, she is an Air Force veteran and sitting with her Navy veteran mama, and married to an active duty Air Force gentleman. Love my son. So she's a veteran. That's important to know, because there's a lot of people that are veterans that don't realize how important this one little thing is. So it's good to know that we're both veterans and we have our plans. We have our plans, right? It's not just me, but she's going to tell you. So let me ask you. When I said I was going to someday, and this is before I started working for the company I work for now, but when I first talked about getting cremated, how did you feel?
I don't remember having like a really strong opinion about it. I think we had talked about it before, like a few years back, as far as like, you know, what we do with ashes if we had them,
right?
As far as like putting it in jewelry or things like that, who would keep it between me and DJ. So
and DJ is her brother. I have another child. I never see him, but but my son, I have a son and a daughter. So when she says DJ, she's talking about her little brother.
Yeah. So, but yeah, I don't remember having any like adverse feeling towards it. So it was just like, okay. And so for you, it wasn't this thing like, oh, la, 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 I don't want to hear it. You just were like, okay, mom's talking about what she's going to do. And there was no threat of me dying at that time that I first started talking about it, right? No, because I still say you're going to live until like 100 and something.
Yeah, yeah. So then, that was years ago before I started working for the company I work for. Now, let me ask you something. When I was going through chemo, was that ever a thought?
I think it was, but at the same time, I think I disassociated. So I was like, nope, nope. I was just like, no, I was like, we're going to get through this. And yeah, my mom's going to be here. So I think that's where I was at.
Yeah, yeah, I feel you. Well, let me ask you this. Now, we just took care of someone else that's special to you. Why was it important for you, for your dad, to get his plan as well?
Because especially being the oldest, I know it'll come back on me when that time comes, and I don't want to think about that time. But when it is, I don't want to have to worry about who to call, what to do. Especially half the time I don't live in the States, and so if it happens and I'm not here, that's even more of a headache to try to handle being in a different country. So, especially I know he likes to travel, and I want to make sure that, okay, wherever he's at, I know he's good. It's now that it's done.
Yeah.
it's a weight.
Yeah, a weight lifted off of your shoulders.
Because I was like, we need to handle this, and my dad doesn't take a lot of things seriously, and so it was a process getting him. Yeah. But now that it's done, I do feel better. I know that it's in place, and so there's a peace of mind there. So I'm like, okay, cool. Both of my parents are good.
Yeah. Well, I'm glad. He's a veteran as well, Navy veteran, and so. Again, for veterans that think, oh, it's not important to have a plan, the military takes care of everything, they really don't. And especially when you think about the fact that, you're still living, you're not sitting at home waiting to die. If you still want to get out and travel someplace, you need to make sure that wherever you go, your body's going to be able to be picked up and taken care of. There's somebody I had on the show recently, and he was talking about his dad died in Texas. And they wanted to have a cremation ceremony and everything here in San Diego. And it cost them over $11,000 to get the transportation, the cremation, and everything taken care of. So again, when you have a plan put in place and a death happens unexpectedly and you're traveling someplace, it's not something that anybody has to worry about financially, so. Is that what made you decide to go ahead and get your plan too?
Yeah, again, I'm not home half the time. So knowing that's in place too, and for my husband to know, okay, my cards are in my wallet. If something ever happens, like it's the same process for him. He doesn't have to, run around, do X, Y, Z and try to figure things out. Mm-hmm. So yeah. Like I said, hopefully I don't have to use it until. Yeah, and so but then whenever I do have kids, and if they have to be the ones, and like I said, it's already set up. So.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So it's not something that you have to wait until you think you're about to die, right? You put the plan in place now. Go live your life. Go travel. Do the things you want to do. Save money by putting it in place now. Versus once you're old. and then whenever it happens, the plan is ready to take care of the loved ones. And I'm sure some of you that are watching probably have parents or grandparents that back in the day, they laid everything out. I've heard plenty of stories of folks that, when they were doing traditional burial especially, they had everything picked out, the coffin, where they want to be, and all of this stuff. And they took care of it financially. So that when the time came, which they were hoping was going to be years and years later, everything was taken care of for them. And so it's a responsibility thing. We want to make sure that we leave here responsibly. So when you have people that you love, it's going to hit them hard once we're gone, all my life or all their lives. I made sure that if there was something that was troubling you or you hurt in any way, I've been there to comfort my babies. I've been there to hug my babies and hold my babies. But once I'm gone, this is what I'm leaving behind, you guys. I'm leaving behind the fact that they won't have to do all of this on their own. So this is my gift to make sure that my kids are taken care of, and anyone else that's important to me in my life, that they don't have to worry about this stuff. So if you want to learn more about what it is that I do, how a pre-need plan works, listen, reach out to me. If you're in a state that I can help you, then I'll be more than happy to answer any questions that you have. If you're here in San Diego especially, then come out to one of my seminars and, come eat and have some lunch and learn about what we do. And I also started doing webinars. So if you want to hear it online and stuff, I can go over this information with you online. So there's plenty of ways to learn. Even if you just get the information, do that. Look into this so that when the time comes, because we don't know when it's coming, we don't know where we're going to be when it happens, we don't know how it's going to happen. So quit kicking the can down the road, you guys. Go ahead and make sure that you get this taken care of. So this is just a quick little video today. Like I said, I wanted to bring my big girl on. Maybe one of these days I can get DJ, my son, to sit down with me. He's so soft-spoken and quiet, so I don't know. But he's a jokester too. He likes to have fun. But anyway, one of these days maybe I can get him to come on and share his thoughts too, right? But that's it. That's all I have. So this is just a quick video. You want anything? You don't want to say anything else?
No. I will say this for people my age. I'm in my 30s. I know we don't think about it much, but I have friends that have passed or friends that have had to deal with their parents passing, and I see how nerve-wracking it is for them to figure out, okay, what do I have to do? I had a friend whose mom passed away in Mexico. She was living in Mexico, and they wanted their mom back stateside,
Right.
and that was a mess. So I think it's so important to have something set up. You know, even like I said, it doesn't matter how old or young you are. I think it takes a weight off of when that time comes. Whoever is left behind, they're not worried about what to do or trying to raise money to do it.
Yeah, we got to get out of that, you guys. Let's get away from all of this GoFundMe and trying to have car washes on the street, and
Yeah.
this is just so much more simpler. So thank you for that. And also let me also say this: a lot of times people that say they don't want to think about it, ask those people: do they have life insurance? Do they have a will? Do they have a trust? Did they put any of that stuff in place? Because in order for that stuff to get activated, there has to be a death, okay? But when we die, let's say we die at a hospital, the staff is going to turn to our family and say, who's picking this body up? So if you don't have a plan, now you're leaving your family to sit there and Google who's going to come get the body. And a lot of times places are closed. So making sure that you have a plan that works for you 24/7, that's just going to be such a lifesaver for your loved ones. So keep that in mind. Reach out to your girl. I'll put my number up on the screen and everything. But if you have any questions, reach out. And until the next time, we'll have some coffee, tea, or something yummy in the next video. But thank you guys for listening. We'll talk to you another time. Bye now.
Bye.